All right, look, today I'm in Nicosia, Cyprus, all right? This is an island in the Mediterranean, the jewel of the Mediterranean. Nicosia is the last divided capital of Europe. The Republic of Cyprus, which is the country recognized by the UN, controls about the bottom 2/3 of the island, all right? But then the top third is controlled by, and then you have a line drawn by the UN, a buffer zone, a demilitarized zone, and it cuts right through the city. This is 2023, and this European country, Cyprus, the Republic of Cyprus, is in the EU, but this capital is divided in two by a demilitarized zone. It's crazy. A lot of people don't even know this country exists. So I'm gonna show you guys how this shit looks, all right? So like I said, Cyprus, the Republic of Cyprus is in the EU. It's in the UN, it's in the EU. But this country, this island I should say, is divided into 4 different jurisdictions. Like I was saying, the bottom half, the Republic of Cyprus, the top half, the UN buffer zone separating the two, and the buffer zone isn't just a line, it's like, it can be a couple kilometers wide in some places. Then there's 2 British military bases on the island. Now, this island, it's the closest to Turkey, all right? Turkey is just above this island. And then to the right, to the east is the Levant, all right? Syria, Lebanon, Palestine, Israel. To the bottom is Egypt. So we're closer to all those regions than continental Europe, okay? The closest European country is Greece to the west. But like I said, Turkey, the Levant, and Egypt are way closer. So geographically, we're in the Middle East. I'm still in the Middle East, but culturally, it's very European. The infrastructure here in the south is European. It's in the EU, so they use the euro also. This is in the Eurozone. So I've never been to a place like this. It's crazy. It's a mix of a whole bunch of things going on. Excuse me, sir. Can I film there? Me? No? Okay, thank you. Some places in this buffer zone, you're not allowed to film. Especially like the UN soldiers and stuff, you're not supposed to film them. The situation here, it's really serious for the people, all right? I mean, it's not a joke for them or a joke for anybody. So let's see what we can do.
Yes, in the picture.
Is it okay for me to film there?
Who are you going?
I go I go to film the wall. The wall?
The wall?
Yeah, is that
the wall is like this.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it okay? Am I allowed to film?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I can.
Okay, this way.
Yes, this way. All the wall.
Okay.
All the wall.
Okay. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice.
Max.
Where
Max.
do you come from?
The US.
US.
United States, yes.
Okay.
You're from here?
Yes.
Okay. Great country, great country.
I'm born to other side.
Oh, okay. Well, have a great day, sir. Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So historically, on this island, there's been 2 major ethnic groups, the Greek Cypriots and the Turkish Cypriots. We're still here on the Greek side, but in the 1960s is when the UN was set up here to help keep peace on the island because there was rising tensions between the 2 groups. Then in the 70s, there was a coup by a group that wanted to merge with Greece, okay? The island to merge with Greece. And then in the 80s is when they set up that buffer zone. So in the 80s is when that buffer zone was drawn by the UN. And to this day, it's still here. And a solution hasn't been agreed upon. So the island stays divided, and it will stay divided until there's an update. All right, we're getting closer and closer to this buffer zone. It's right smack in the center of this city, which is the crazy part. And then in the center of it, it looks like a bomb was dropped. Looks like there was nukes dropped in there. It's just deteriorating inside.
Just don't, let's say, be so
loud.
obvious and loud. I mean,
Okay.
especially in between the borders, the two
Right.
borders, you're not allowed to take pictures because it's an army area.
Right.
But let's say as you cross, it's just fine. It's
Okay.
A normal tourist.
Okay. Yeah, see, I just make video like,
Okay.
yeah. Thanks so much, man.
Nothing.
Appreciate it. All right, here it is. This is the start right here to my right. This is the buffer zone. Yeah, you can even hear the call to prayer right now from the mosque. I'm not sure if that's from the other side, on the Turkish side, or from this side, but it's interesting because the southern side, the Republic of Cyprus, is overwhelmingly Christian, Orthodox, right? And then the Turkish side is Muslim, obviously.
Are you a vlogger?
Turkish delight, right?
Are you a vlogger?
Yeah. You want?
I'm also a vlogger.
Really?
Yeah.
You can say your channel.
I have.
You can tell?
I start TikTok.
Oh, TikTok. He on TikTok. Okay. I'm just doing YouTube. Yeah. One more.
Sure.
Maybe when I come back, I'll get one.
Not a problem.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So here in the city center, right, you can see the remnants of the conflict from decades ago. Because in this zone, in the area around it, it's not allowed to do certain things, right? Like people aren't supposed to be in the buffer zone except the UN, right? Except for if you get special permission. I don't know. Sometimes
No.
it's
Sometimes
strict.
soldier areas.
They don't just soldier allow. Areas.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, otherwise, no problem.
This island is so interesting.
Yeah.
People don't know about this.
Where are you
well.
from?
The U.S.
U.S.
Yeah.
Washington.
Yeah, Washington D.C. Yeah.
Washington D.C. My uncle, North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina.
Yes.
That's nice there.
Is far from.
Well, for us, the U.S. is so
Very,
big,
very
so
big.
to me it's not
50
far,
states,
but 8 hours.
50 states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chickens on the Turkish side. No chickens on the Greek side. So look at how this stuff looks in the buffer zone. Look at how dilapidated and frozen in time, basically, because nobody's allowed to touch it. So inside that zone, stuff is just, nature's taking over. So all this stuff is in the wild city, okay? The historic wild city. When you get outside this wild city, on both the Turkish and the Greek side, stuff gets more spread out. You can't just walk around and see a bunch of stuff. But the wild city basically gets cut in half by this buffer zone. No, we will stay inside the wild city today, okay? There's these carpentry shops everywhere on this side, on the Turkish side. Carpentry shops, so I'm wondering what's up with that. But we're walking and we're straddling the buffer zone to my left side. And a lot of the areas, it says you can't film, you can't, so we're gonna be careful with that. But it's so interesting to look inside of the buffer zone because the buildings are like frozen in time. I mean, it's been this way for almost 4 decades now. You can feel the tension in this area. Right where the border crossing is, it's a little less so. I guess because people in that area have been capitalizing maybe on the tourists coming in and out, right? But when you get more into the cut, like into the areas people don't go as much, the people aren't liking the filming.
Neyse fiyatı ben ona ödeyeyim. Çıksın.
Hello, I can go inside there? Or no?
I don't know.
I can go in or no?
Yasak mı? No.
No? Hello, Arabic? So, you saw that playground inside of the buffer zone, but not for real. Over there, where the buffer zone is, it's really strict, especially here on the Turkish side. That's what I've noticed. They're much more assertive that you can't film compared to the Greek side. So there's a helicopter up there, most likely doing a patrol of the buffer zone. A UN patrol. And if you can peek through these mountains right here, or peek through the trees, I mean, I don't know if you can, but you can see the mountains back there, which is farther into the Turkish zone. So I suppose right there is where you leave the old walled city on the Turkish side and get to the rest of the island. Talking to those girls back there in the buffer zone, saying how they never crossed into the other side, into the Greek side, which is like 2/3 of the island. The Greek side, that's the EU, you know, so you can't just cross over like how I just did. For such a small condensed area to be split in two like that and you never see the other half of your city, that's pretty wild. All right, we back in the EU side. Let's keep going along the buffer zone and see what else we can see inside of it. So there's a Greek flag right above me. Then you can literally see across the way 2 Turkish flags above there. So the people here are just existing in a divided space. I guess you get used to it. Close to the border here, especially on the Greek side, there's just cameras everywhere. Even sometimes you hear the cameras moving, looking at you. Look, like when you're a couple blocks away from the buffer zone, the infrastructure is nice and normal, right? On both sides. But when you get close to the zone, there's just this weird vibe, like a spooky vibe, you know, like stuff gets, there's not a lot of people. All of a sudden you see these UN troops going around, UN vehicles and stuff. Then the buildings and shit just are fucked up, you know. The buildings are like falling down, looks like a bomb was dropped, like I said. I love this city. This city's cool. But in that zone, you just get that weird vibe that makes you not want to be around there for too long. That's literally it, the buffer zone right there. There's cars just coming on my left side like it's normal. And it is normal, I guess, for the people here. That's it right there, which is crazy. They call it the green line sometimes because trees and bushes and everything have grown, because it was 4 decades since the line has been drawn or the buffer zone was created. So nature just went up, right? So the green line, because you can literally see in green where the buffer zone is sometimes, depending on where you're at. Because here in Nicosia, the buffer zone is, you know, like several meters thick, but in some places on the island, it's like a few kilometers thick. Yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm in the shop and these girls from Nepal, yeah, you can explain.
It's called sel roti.
Sel roti.
So today our festival, so
Right.
we used to make sel roti, and it made from rice, flour of rice, and we put some butter and the flour of rice and mix it.
Rice and flour.
And sugar. Yeah, rice. Flour of rice.
Ah, okay.
And sugar and the butter and mix well, and then we put like round and round.
Oh, okay. But you never know what you'll find in Cyprus. You never know.
Yeah, you
Right?
never know.
Yeah.
Just expect the unexpected things.
Yeah, expect the unexpected, exactly. Yeah.